Hello everyone, welcome back to the Rationalistic Paranormal Research channel. I'm Brandon, and today I kind of want to start a new video series here, provided they don't get taken down for copyright reasons or anything like that. But what I thought would be fun is to revisit some of the old ghost hunting television shows, primarily the TV show Ghost Hunters, and I kind of want to break down some of their famous evidence clips that were on their shows. I kind of want to debunk them for you and kind of explain what I think's going on. Now, many of these clips have been widely criticized and debunked online already, but I'm going to pick a couple examples that haven't been covered yet, and I think it'd be fun to kind of pick them apart and let me kind of peel back the curtain for you a little bit and explain what's going on. The first such example of this that we're going to cover today is going to be from the Stanley Hotel live investigation on Halloween 2006. And if you watched it back in the day, if you've seen reruns or the best of Stanley Hotel episode by any chance, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It is when Jason and Grant are in the employee passage in two separate instances. They're down there, and they supposedly hear a disembodied voice saying hello a couple times, and then doing some kind of like maniacal laugh as well. So I'm going to break those down, and there's one piece that they kind of left in the show, in the live show, and I'm surprised it even made it to the DVD release. That's what we watch right now. I have the DVD release. It's a full uncut investigation, and they left it in. There's one piece of audio that you catch between Jason and Grant talking to the producer or something like that, kind of pretty much giving it away that this whole thing is fake. And I will go into detail and I'll show you all those clips and everything that kind of gives it away. And I'll definitely kind of shed some light on a lot of these television shows that they claim to be 100% real, and they're not. And I do want to kind of preface this by saying that Ghost Hunters is my favorite paranormal TV show ever, by a long shot. I have a lot of respect for the investigators, but what makes me mad is that they claim all these years that they haven't faked any evidence and they're 100% credible and all that, but yet they're doing stuff like this. So anyway, let's get into the clip here. I'm going to start off on the first example of when they first hear the first disembodied voices. Okay.
How far back does it go, G?
Did you hear
Hello?
it? Hello?
I heard that. Hello?
Shh.
Hello?
Is there anyone here with us? Dude, it's cold over here. What?
Okay, so you heard that. You hear it in hello 2 or 3 times there, and they kind of try to make sense of it, and they end up waiting a couple minutes, then they go and review it and listen to it on their recorder. So I'll go ahead, I will rewind that clip again so you guys can hear it. Listen closely.
Back does it go, G?
There's the first
Did you
one.
hear it? Hello?
I heard that. Hello?
Shh.
There you go, there's the second one. So
Hello?
and here's the next part just a few moments later.
There it is again.
It's cold right here, man. Oh my gosh,
catch
what
that?
is going
You hear the
on?
laugh, it's no rewind.
There was a laugh.
Come on now.
There's again.
It's cold right here, man.
You hear that?
There it is again.
It's cold right here, man. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
And there's the laugh. I'd say for 98% of the people that watch this live, they were like, oh my gosh, that was a ghost. But, I'd say most of their audience is going to be kind of like those types of people, just a casual viewer that take everything they see on TV as fact and don't try to break it down or anything like that. But for like the logically minded person that wants to debunk stuff and get to the bottom of it, that's not a ghost. Like, come on now. How many? So up to this point, how many disembodied voices have they had on the show? You know, maybe one that was notable, and that was at St. Augustine Lighthouse. That could have been fake too. Who knows? But usually in the show, if they hear something, they're like, "Oh, did you hear that?" Like you can never hear it on the actual like broadcast, like on the from the production camera. You can never hear that. So just what are the odds that they're doing a live investigation and they just all of a sudden get a couple disembodied voices saying hello, hello, and you know if you're in the paranormal field and you've done investigations, you know that disembodied voices aren't really like that. You might hear like one every so often, but it's not going to be a repetitive deal. It's not going to be that loud, that clear. And the way it sounds a little like the muffled side, so I would suspect it's either somebody like talking through a vent system, talking through a crack in the wall, something like that, or it could even be like a speaker or a walkie, but I think it sounds more like somebody like speaking into something like from above. So that's what I would think. A lot of people draw that same conclusion, but there is a part later on here we catch them coming back from commercial break talking to a producer or something like that. It wasn't supposed to make the show for sure, and it definitely wasn't supposed to make the DVD, so I'm surprised that it did. I'll play that next, and that definitely kind of, I think, gives it away, and definitely 1000% verifies that this is fake and it's not real evidence. They're just trying to get viewers, which is understandable, I guess, but it's disappointing. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go to a commercial break and come back. Listen closely to what Jason Grant is saying here.
Hello. A couple questions and then I'll...
Okay, so you hear Jason go, and then you hear Grant say, hello, a couple questions, and then hold. So, I'm going to play it one more time. Listen to it again, to what they're saying here. Listen close.
Hello. A couple questions and then I'll...
So, hello, a couple questions, and then hold. So, what I think this is, and again, I'm blown away this actually made the DVD release, and I can't believe it happened on the live show, but nobody probably thought anything of it. What I think this is they are again communicating with whoever is talking to them from wherever, making up the disembodied voice, whether it's a producer or whatever. And Grant and Jason are pretty much trying to say, all right, here's what I want you to do next time we go down there. And, you know, we're going to do a couple more hellos, a couple questions, whatever. Right after the commercial break ends, after that dialogue plays, they're in the employee passage again, and there are a couple more voices that happen, albeit they're not as impressive as the last set, but they are there. And so here's what happens.
I know somebody.
There's the first hello.
I just heard it again.
Get back in there, Jake. What's going on there?
So they're going to take a second here to acknowledge something the viewer tip. I guess another person off camera is telling them to acknowledge it. So they do that for a few seconds, and they come back and you get two more hellos.
See what we can
Okay,
do.
so there's a few seconds later. You hear one. It's very faint. Right there, very faint one. I'll play that again real quick so you can hear it. It's right when Grant goes,
Oh, again.
right there. So there's another faint one. And there's going to be one more little hello or something. You'll hear it. Right there. So again, they hear, you know, there's a three hellos or whatever coming back from that little deal where they said hello, a couple questions, then hold. So they go in here and they end up asking some questions, but no other voices occur. But there is some hellos here. I did want to, something else I want to notice here.
And down here.
I thought was kind of strange. Right when they first come back from
Somebody-
break, you can see like Grant or Jason starts to talk, and then he kind of hesitates and restarts. But before he restarts, you hear like a little murmuring. It's like they're waiting for a cue of some sort. It could just be that, hey, you're back on camera, but it could also be a cue to, hey, listen, I'm going to do one of those voices again, so be sure to react to it.
Questions and then I'll...
Okay, so here, I'll go back and play this part. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I know somebody.
He starts talking, then he stops, and then you hear like a murmuring, like somebody talking off camera, and then the first voice from this batch happens. disembodied voice when this batch happened. So I'll play that one more time.
I know somebody.
And it's just weird. So they're coming back from the break. They say, hey, we're going to do, like, I want you to do a couple hellos, some questions, and hold. So they give instructions to whoever it is to do a couple more hellos, and you get, it looks like 3 of them. And then they go inside deeper where they were, they ask them questions, and nothing else happens. So, I mean, there's a pretty good blatant giveaway, and then the whole deal with them kind of waiting for a cue, it seems like, just kind of adds some more kind of fishiness to it. Draw your own conclusion, but I know what I believe, and it's definitely fake, and it's disappointing. Okay, so to summarize here, at least in my opinion, the gist of what happened is you have the TAPS team. They've had a pretty successful TV show for a couple seasons. They've had some fake evidence in, sure, but it's their first live investigation. They want to impress the people watching. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people watching this live. And I'm sure they want people to leave satisfied. They want hype behind the show. They want those people to go tell their friends to watch this show because this crazy stuff happens all the time. And, you know, they have this idea I got an idea, let's try to fake some disembodied voices and just see what happens. I know we're going to be able to fool most of the people watching this, but there are going to be a couple, you know, a few people, a very small percentage of people that's actually going to debunk this and try to rip it apart like I am. But, I mean, sure, it's fake, but they're trying to do what they can to keep viewers interested in the show, and it's disappointing. You know, there's the whole deal of faking the voices and then getting caught talking to a production member or somebody about, you know, instructions on how to further fake these disembodied voices. It's too good to be true, and it's disappointing. And the bottom of the line, don't trust anything you see on TV when it comes to these paranormal TV shows, because a lot of the evidence, if not all of it, is fake. I say most of it, at the very least, is fake. And the thing that makes me really mad about when Ghost Hunters does it, like Ghost Adventures, I don't really care about that because they think every place has a demon, which is kind of crazy. But Ghost Hunters, it really makes me mad because earlier on, like when the show was starting, there were countless clips of them, like when they were driving to the case or leaving the case, or they're in the Yukon or the van or wherever, and they're talking about how, you know, we've built such a strong foundation for our group, and nobody's as stringent on the evidence as us, and we've gained a lot of respect because of that. And I hate when groups like aren't honest. And I mean, you guys are doing the exact same thing, just at the sake of, you know, you're sacrificing that just for viewers. And to this day, like I know Jason and Grant have claimed, well, we've never faked anything on this show. And I don't know if they did own up to any of it, like just one piece. They could lose credibility across the board because people would assume everything's fake. So I kind of understand it there, but it's just disappointing that they still went to these lengths just to keep their TV show going. And it's something I couldn't do personally. I don't care how big of a paycheck I was getting. If I'm so passionate about this field, I wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize that and to put something out there that's false and give these people the belief that maybe if I spend a lot of money and buy all this equipment and, you know, spend this money to go to a specific location for the night, that something like this is going to happen, because you shouldn't do that to people. You need, my advice to you guys is just go out there and do it yourself. Go investigate. It's not going to be, evidence might happen. Like, I've had evidence happen. I've shared most of it on this channel. And, you know, but it's not going to be as frequent and as common as it seems to be on these TV shows. And it's the way it is. Nothing's ever going to change. If there's going to be paranormal TV shows or like YouTube shows, the evidence is more than likely going to be fake just to keep viewer numbers up. So, I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I'll get off my soapbox and quit preaching to the choir here, but I do have more videos like this I want to do. One of them specifically is from Season 2 of Ghost Hunters, where Jason allegedly got a flashlight knocked out of his hand when in actuality it was just somebody off camera throwing one. I'll do a deep dive on that, kind of explain a couple things that give it away. That's, of course, provided this one does get taken down for copyright reasons. I don't want that one to get taken down as well. But if that does happen, I have some more videos I want to do centered around equipment and how you should use them, and equipment you should stay away from, that sort of thing. So keep an eye out for the videos. In the meantime, like this video if you got anything useful out of it. Comment anything down below that pops into your mind about it, whether you agree with my assessment, if you think the evidence is still real after all that, let me know your reasoning. Anything else, let me know down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel If you haven't already, I'd love to have you here. I look forward to make these videos for you guys. And until the next one, I will see you soon.